Once upon a time, there was a young man named Tom Smith. He was a nice person who wanted to find a job, but it was difficult because there weren't many jobs available. Tom felt sad because he didn't have money for clothes or entertainment like going to the cinema. When Tom was younger, he dreamed of becoming a footballer. He was good at football and tennis, as well as other sports. However, there were always other players who were better than him. Tom then had an idea. He thought that maybe he could find a job in a sports shop. He believed it would make him happy and provide him with money. Unfortunately, it was just an idea, and it never became a reality. Tom made a lot of effort to find a job. He checked the newspapers every day and sent out many job application letters. However, despite his efforts, he couldn't find a job. One day, while reading the newspaper, he noticed an advertisement about a fair taking place in the park near his house. Tom thought it would be interesting, so he decided to go. It was on the following Saturday, and he thought it would be a cost-effective way to spend his weekend. On Saturday, Tom walked to the park and bought a ticket for the fair. The weather was warm, the sky was blue, and the park was filled with beautiful flowers of different colors. Tom felt happy seeing them. The fair was enjoyable too. There were many people and various games. Tom played some games and won a box of fruit and a book about sports. Feeling hot and thirsty, he bought an ice cream and sat down to eat it, thinking about what he should do next. Suddenly, he noticed a sign in large letters that caught his attention. It said, "Madame Zelda knows the future. Do you want to know about your future? Come in and talk to Madame Zelda." Tom thought about it for a moment and decided to go inside. The room was dark, and an old woman with gray hair and a kind face welcomed him. She asked him to sit down, and then she told him to pick 3 cards. After examining the cards for a while, she looked serious and spoke. "I have something important to tell you," she said. "Do not go anywhere next Friday. If you make a journey, something bad will happen along the way. Remember this, and be careful." Tom left the fair, and the sunlight warmed his face. He didn't have much money and wanted to go home. He thought, "I'm not afraid of the future. Every day is the same for me. I don't go on journeys because I don't have a job." However, things changed when he received a letter on Thursday. It was a response to one of his job applications. He had an interview for a job in a sports shop in a town 30 kilometers away. Tom felt extremely happy about the opportunity. Realizing that he couldn't walk such a long distance, Tom remembered Madame Zelda's warning. He felt scared, but he tried to convince himself that the old woman couldn't possibly know the future. Despite his doubts, he couldn't sleep well that night. The next day, which was Friday, Tom went to the train station and bought a ticket. As he boarded the train, he sat next to an old man with white hair and a kind face, although his legs seemed to be injured. Tom felt sympathy for him. During the train ride, the old man offered Tom some tea, and they started a conversation. Tom introduced himself and learned that the old man couldn't answer questions about his journey. Suddenly, there was a loud noise, and the train came to a halt. People on the train were scared and looked out of the windows, but they couldn't see anything. Tom assured his new friend that he would go and investigate the situation. He asked the guard about the problem and was told that a large tree had fallen onto the train tracks. It would take some time to remove it, so the journey had come to an end. Tom would need to get off the train and walk to a nearby village. The guard apologized for the inconvenience and promised that Tom would be refunded. Tom felt disappointed because he had been so excited about the job opportunity. However, he didn't mention it to the old man. He helped him off the train, carrying his heavy case, which contained a computer and important papers. The old man expressed his gratitude and noticed Tom's sad expression. He asked Tom what was wrong, and Tom shared his story about the job in the sports shop. To Tom's surprise, the old man smiled and even laughed. Tom didn't understand why he found it amusing. He felt a little angry, thinking that it was a bad day for him, and the old man was being insensitive. Tom couldn't find the words to respond or even smile. The old man noticed this and stopped laughing. Then he spoke kindly to Tom, saying, "Listen to me, Tom, and don't be sad. I am a wealthy man, and I own many sports shops in different towns. I'm actually looking for an intelligent young person like you to work in my new and biggest shop. You have shown kindness to me on this train, and I believe you are the right person for the job. What is your answer?" Tom's face lit up with joy, and he replied with a happy smile, "This is wonderful. This is the best day of my life."